Hi, I'm Adam Yenser. Welcome to the Canceled News, and Merry Christmas to all the weird Orthodox people still celebrating. I've been off for a few weeks because I was traveling for the real Christmas, which happened in December, but it's good to be back. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I'm closing in on 2,000 subscribers, and I promise that I will give my 2,000th subscriber a shout out in an episode, unless I forget that I said this. Now here's what's in the news. After the Biden administration's vaccine mandate was struck down by the Supreme Court, Biden announced that his new plan to fight COVID is to give every American free masks that you can add to your pile of masks. In her January 6th anniversary speech, Vice President Kamala Harris compared the Capitol riot to Pearl Harbor and September 11th, and they are very similar in that during both Pearl Harbor and September 11th, Trump supporters didn't kill anyone either. Hollywood's first black movie star and the first black actor to win an Oscar, Sidney Poitier, died at the age of 94. He was a pioneer in the industry, and his Oscar win paved the way for future Black Academy Award nominees like Morgan Freeman, Mahershala Ali, and Robert Downey Jr. Poitier will be mispronounced. On Wednesday, former Senate Majority Leader Reid, who passed away in December, lied in state in the U.S. Capitol, where Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi lied every other day of the week. And of course, maybe the saddest news this week, we lost a man who was a beloved comedic actor and television host, an incredible talk show guest, a talented director, and a terrible stand-up comedian, Bob Saget. Sorry, his stand-up was very vulgar and not my style, but I loved him and I'll miss him. Lia Thomas, the transgender UPenn swimmer who transitioned from male to female, has now lost to a Yale swimmer who is transitioning from female to male. Their amazing story will be documented in the new ESPN original film, Crotch Swap. It's kind of like Face Off, except the rivals switch crotches. But this goes to show you, biological women can beat transgender women, so long as you turn them into men first. Lia Thomas previously broke several women's swimming records, and is the only member of the women's swim team who can stand in the 6 feet deep part of the pool. While commenting on the trend of couples choosing to have pets instead of kids, Pope Francis said that it is selfish to choose not to have kids, then not bring those kids to church, then not leave those kids alone with the priest for a little while. The 3 Georgia men who murdered Ahmaud Arbery were all sentenced to life in prison and are looking forward to the nicer clothing and better haircuts they'll get in jail. Steve Harvey says he won't do another stand-up special because cancel culture has made people too sensitive. This coming from the man who glares and gets uncomfortable anytime a contestant says wiener. A Planned Parenthood clinic in Tennessee was burned to the ground by an arsonist this week. Thankfully, no one was killed, unlike a normal business day. Planned Parenthood has vowed to find the culprit and offered their condolences to anyone whose baby survived the incident. After being denied entry into Australia because of his vaccine status, tennis star Novak Djokovic said he's being held in a hotel and treated like a prisoner, which is how everyone in Australia has been treated during COVID. The Biden White House is concerned that Iran may be trying to assassinate former President Trump as revenge for the killing of General Soleimani. To help keep Trump safe, the Biden administration designed this special protective suit. For the first time ever, surgeons at the University of Maryland successfully transplanted a pig heart into a human, which proves you can't trust science. First they told us bacon was bad for your heart, now they're making hearts out of bacon. A Bel Air home, which is the most expensive in America, is about to hit auction for $295 million. This couple from House Hunters, who sell macaroni art and run a gerbil daycare, have it on their favorite list. The Golden Globe Awards were presented this week, but this year's ceremony was not streamed or televised, meaning just as many people watched it as last year. 2 LAPD officers were fired after they ignored a robbery to search for a Snorlax on Pokémon Go. Unfortunately, the robber got away, and the Snorlax they thought they saw turned out to be your mom. A Gallup poll found that Americans are reading fewer books than they have in the past, and the only one most Americans plan to finish in 2022 is the Book of Boba Fett. Archaeologists in Spain believe they have discovered the long-lost Temple of Hercules. The temple was identified by an enormous sculpture of Kevin Sorbo. Prince Andrew was stripped of his military titles after a judge ruled that the sexual assault case brought against him can proceed. This whole situation goes to show the tragic consequences that can happen when members of the British royal family start having sex outside of the British royal family. Queen Elizabeth says she's just glad her cousin/husband Philip isn't here to endure this embarrassment. See, because both Elizabeth and Philip were descended from Queen Victoria, who had sex with her cousin Prince Albert, and they were descended from Mary, Queen of Scots, who had sex with her cousin Lord Darnley, making Elizabeth and Philip third cousins who had sex to produce Prince Charles, who had sex with his 16th cousin Diana, who was also descended from Henry VII. Then Elizabeth and Philip had cousin sex again to produce Prince Andrew, who instead of having sex with his cousin, traveled to Epstein Island to rape a 17-year-old girl. When asked, what do you call yourselves after all this incest, rape, and pedophilia, the royal family simply replied,
the aristocrats.